Hello, good morning everyone. Today we'll see the module 4, first topic, functions. So we have two types of categories of function. First is called as user defined function and built-in functions. Built-in function you have studied already, okay, which comes along with your software packages. Like in your math.h you had studied power and then sqrt and fabs and then using string dot h you are done string reverse, okay, string up. So directly we were able to use this function to do some kind of the task, right? Now function itself is what? Definition, it is a set of code to do a particular task, okay? So what is user defined? User defined meaning is what? See, with the user defined there are two terminologies. One is function, one is logic, okay? Now corresponding to this function we can create our own functions. For example, if I write a function add, you have seen till yet add is not any function, any built-in function. So we can write a user defined function for this and we can use anywhere we want, like corresponding to your built-in function. So to make the functionality of this add function equivalent to this built-in function, we write the user defined functions, okay? We can, to have the add, we can write on logic, okay, fine. Now there is an important point which I forgot to explain, to tell my in live session today. Any user defined function can use built-in functions as well, okay, built-in functions as well. So when we talk about user defined function, it's having three components. First is function declaration, second is function calling, third is function definition, okay? Function declaration we write before main function, calling we write inside main function, definition we write outside main function. I am giving you a structure here. Here function declare, first header file, then declaration, function declaration, then you write void main, inside the void main you write function calling, okay, and outside the main you write function definition, okay? Now there are four classification for user defined function, defined functions. So today I'm explaining you only one, parameter passing with no return type. Okay, no return type meaning is one, but our user defined function will have a data type void. And for example, this is the function which we are going to create. Okay, like this function, however, looks like our void main. Okay, main is a function having data type void. Now we are writing to write the logic for add, so this also will have a data type void like this main. Okay, now inside this parenthesis we have to write the parameters. These parameters vary according to programs. So what all can come here? We can have no parameters inside this add. We can have one parameter, we can have two parameter, and so on. Okay. When we then the modified way of function declaration is what? Void function name. Here only we write data type. If you have to write one data type, this way. If you have two variables, you will write int comma int. Okay, one variable like in your prime case. You can have void simple interest. You need three data type, three variables you will have. So three data types you will have. Okay, and so on. Got it? Now here we never write any variable name. Here we don't write any variable name like this. Void si int a, int b, int c. This is invalid declaration. This is however valid in function definition but not declaration. And you have to terminate it with what? Semicolon. So now see here how I am going to write. Include stdio.h and then function declaration, data type, function name, any variable name you can give here. And I am going to do sum of two numbers, so I need two variables and then semicolon. Okay. After that what comes? Void main. When we use this kind of the category, this kind of the classification, parameter passing no with no return value, you have to give, will have here declaration section and the calling. Only two parts will be there, nothing else. And here you will write function definition, there you will write the logic. Okay, in function definition we'll write the logic. Now okay, so what comes in the declaration? So till here you understood these two lines. Now I am working on this part. So when we call a function, how we call? Just we write function name and then variables name. Okay, just we write function name, what we have given the name to our this logic defined function, and the variable name. Here you can write anything. I have write here two data types, so two values. If you are here three variable names. If you have here one, here also one. Okay, like this. So now we'll see how to add this line of code in our program. Now I am going to write again. Include stdio.h. Here declaration, right? What was the declaration ours? Void add int comma int, right? And then void main, and then here I told you we have to write our function name a comma b, and declaration will come here. So int a comma b. Now when we are talking about declaration here, so you have now two ways. Either you can fix the values like this, a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, and then write this calling. If you don't want to write this way, then I am writing the corresponding. Okay, void mean open curly bracket. What you can write? Int a comma b, printf, enter value of a comma b, and then scanf %d ampersand a comma ampersand b, and then you can write here what? At a comma b. Okay, only difference is here what? We have taken here constant value, so we are not writing scanf. Here we have not taken any values, so we have to give what? Scanf in this way. Okay, now we'll work on third part, function definition. So when we write function definition, whatever we write in prototype, same thing you copy paste first like this. Okay, here remember you should not put the semicolon in function definition. Okay, and whatever variable name you have given here, a b, same thing you should write here, int a b. Okay, now we have to do what? We have to write our logic, a plus b. Now we have using c, but we are not done the declaration. C is equal to a plus b, so we will do the declaration here itself. Now printf %d c over the program. Now see the execution, how the control will read this header file, then control will come here, control will see this add user defined function having two parameters. Once the compiler will have this knowledge, it will go inside the main function. It will check where there is a call with this function name or not. If it is there matching, it will move further, and it will check there are two parameters of type integer, and here whatever variables is taken, their type is integer or not. If both things are matching with these things, the control will do what? Control will go to the function definition. So whatever I had explained you here, same thing I am going to write in this continuation here. Okay, void add function definition I am going to write now. As I told you, here semicolon will not come. Whatever we write in prototype, same thing will come along with this variable name. Now because we are going to add, so resulting variable also will come in this block, and then we print the value using %d c. Okay, so once then after this, control will come to this declaration, will get to know a value is 5, b value is 10. So in the next line what is written? Calling, where a value will be 5, b value will be 10. After this, control will never go to this line, control will jump to the function definition. So function definition work is what? To calculate the logic, right? To calculate the result. It will calculate the result, it will give you what? 15. Once the control will store this value or display this value through the printf, and after that control will come to this close curly bracket. As soon as control will come to this curly bracket, control will go to where? Here, the next line after the calling function. Here nothing is written. After this, what is there? Directly close curly bracket. As soon as compiler will see the close curly bracket of the main function, it will stop the execution, and you will see the output on the screen what? 15. Okay, so this way the your category parameter passing with no parameter. Okay, parameter passing meaning is what? Here we are passing the parameter, function is having the parameter. Okay, and no return type. Sorry, here no parameter, here no return type. No return type meaning is what? Void. If a function having the data type void and having the parameters with it, this kind of the representation of a function is called what? Parameter passing with no return type. Make a note of it. Whenever we have this representation, we'll do declaration here, calling here. Okay, in the function definition, we have to write the print statement to print the result. Okay, this is an important point, very important. This is a trick. This is a small trick for learning the functions. If we have a function with data type no return type void and with some parameters, in that case we always write print a statement to print our result in function definition. We will after calling, we will not going to write anything. Here you should not write anything. Control will come here. Logical section, function definition should have the printf statement for printing the result. Only this much you need to remember in this category. And kindly, today I had explained you simple interest swapping of two number in today live session also. So let's see how we can do swapping of two numbers. Then simple interest you people should do hash include stdio.h, and then I will write swapping of two number also take two parameters, semicolon, then void main. As I told you, declaration section will come here. You can use scanf also here. Then function calling directly, pass these variables, close it. Now function definition. Function definition I told you, like your function prototype, along with integer in data type you have to write the variables, and then you have to do what? You have to write the logic for swapping. Okay, I have written the logic of swapping, and then here itself you should write print statement to print the logic. See here, %d a comma b, that's all. So what will happen? Control will go to the main. It will check whether these two parameters, number of data types equal to number of these variables or not. It's matching or not. Once it is matching, control will go to the definition. Here a value will go 5, b value will go 10. Control will go inside. It will do the task of swapping, and here itself it will get the value, swapped value here 10, here 5, and then after this close curly bracket, control will go here. Next line after the calling function, here nothing is there. Here then what is there? Close curly bracket. So process will get terminated. Once the compiler will see main function this close curly bracket, that time it will stop the execution and it will give you what output on the screen? 10 and 5. Thank you.